In this video we're going to look at percent change. The first point we need to make is that percents can be over 100%. That's not incorrect when you get a number that's more than 100 for your percent. That can be the right answer. So for example, 35 is what percent of 20? You notice that 35 is actually more than 20. So when we set up our proportion and we want to know question mark what percent out of 100, right? So the out of number here is 20, so that goes across from the 100. But 35 goes on top, and that is bigger than 20. So we should expect a number over here that's bigger than 100, and we'll get that. Let's see. 35 times 100, 3,500. 20 times unknown. And so the answer will be 3,500 divided by 20, which is 175. And so 35 is actually 175% of 20, and that is the correct answer. So yeah, when your number is bigger than your out of number, then its corresponding percent will be bigger than 100, and that's fine. Okay, so we've made that point. Now let's go to percent change. So let's think of, we have a number and it changes. So let's say we have 20 apples today, and tomorrow we have 35 apples. We want to compute what percent the change was. How much by what percent did it increase? I'm using the word percent change. When the number goes up, that's a percent increase. If the number had gone down, we would call that a percent decrease, of course. Okay, so this one's a percent increase. So we can see so the way to think about this is, if we have 20 apples, let's say that was what we started with. That's 100%. We'll sort of connect the original number with 100%. So now we saw that 35 on the previous page, we computed that 35 is 175% of 20. So going from 20 to 35 is percent-wise like going from 100 to 175. Therefore, what was the percent change? The percent changed by 75%. So it was a 75% increase. The number of apples went up by 15, of course, but the percent went up by 75. So that's a 75% increase. And so that's the way that percent changes work. Now that's me explaining the concepts, but now let's actually see what it looks like when you're given a problem, and I'll show you how you do this. So here's our first problem to do. A phone originally costs $215. Its price is increased by 9%. What is the new price? Okay, so the idea is there was an original price of $215, and then there's a new price, but we don't know what it is. Now, in terms of percents, the original number, we always say the earlier number, the original thing, is 100%. We always pin that at 100%. Now, the new one is going to be, well, it went up by 9%, so it's 109%. So you see what I did there? An increase by 9 really means 109%. If you started at 100% and you went up by 9%, you're now at 109%. Okay, so that means we want to know what number is 109% of 215. So set up my proportion. I've got 109 out of 100, and that's what out of 215. Okay, so I multiply 215 times 109. 23435, 23,435, and I have 100 times the unknown number over here. So 100 times the unknown equals 23,435. So the unknown number is 23,435 divided by 100, which is 234.35. And so that is the new price. Quick sanity check. The price was originally $215 and it increased by a bit, 9%. yeah, 234 makes sense. If we had gotten a number that was less than 215, that wouldn't make any sense. If we got a number that was like 400, that's clearly too much. That would be almost a 100% increase, right? Not 9%. So 234.35 at least feels okay. And so we have confidence that that's the right answer. And indeed it is. Okay. I'm going to do one more, and then we'll stop this video and start a second, and we'll do a second one with more examples. But here's one more problem. This one is going to be where the percent, where the quantity goes down. So a gallon of milk used to cost $4.10. If it's discounted by 15%, what does it cost now? All right, so the original price was $4.10. We want to know what the new price is. It's going to be lower. So as usual, we pin the original at 100%. We're calling that 100%. Now what percent is the new price? Well, it went down by 15%. So if it was 100%, 100 minus 15 is 85. The new one is 85% of the old one. So the new price is 85% of the old price. So we solve that proportion. 85 out of 100 is our percent ratio, and that is, we don't know, out of 410. 410 goes with 100, right? And we don't know goes with 85, right? And then we solve this. So 410 times 85, 348.5. 100 times question mark needs to match, so the unknown question mark is 348.5 divided by 100, so 3.485. So that's the answer. I guess if we rounded to the nearest cent, it would be $3.49. And just sanity check, yeah, I would believe that that's 15% less than $4.10. At least it went down, but not by that much. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so we'll stop here and pick this up in a follow-up video.